If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what does timing have to do with the way that you try to close a sale, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from Hollywood, Oahu, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You are in a sales process and you are going to tell your prospect about your widget, your gizmo, the super cool thing that you do, your consulting, your conversation, whatever it happens to be. And you're going to be excited about the sale because you want to close the deal, because you want some money, because you want to buy cool stuff, because you want to brag that you're a closer. And so here's what happens is you start changing the way that you talk. You start changing the way that you interact. You start changing the way that you answer questions. And so for the entire process of having a conversation, you've been one dude or one chick. And now, as you get to the close, you start speeding up how fast you talk and how you want to answer your questions and what you got to do. And you start removing elements of your sales presentation because, oh, it's super uncomfortable, right? You're like, wait a minute, Scott, for the past minute, you were one dude. And for about 15 seconds, you said the same exact amount of words. I better rewind and try to figure out what just happened. That same thing happens to your buyer, right? So let's say that you and I are trying to buy or sell a product that's worth 10 grand. Well, you have the natural interactions like gas and clutch of a conversation. You have a normal process and you've watched me through my whole process. And so here's what happens. I get excited about the sell and I start cutting you off. Well, I will say that if you have an hour-long presentation, that about 10% to 20% is what it takes in a closing process. So you better allot 6 to 12 minutes, maybe more, to close that deal, to have the conversation, to make some magic happen, maybe up to 30. Well, if you're speeding, one of the things happens is it's super uncomfortable and it shows that you are out. You're about to be outworked. You're about to be outclassed. You're about to give away your lunch money. And so paying attention to how you interact and the way that you have conversations and your timing for the process really does matter. And so I have seen salespeople go into a sales presentation, build rapport the right way, give a presentation the right way, deal with concerns, problems, objections, worries, fears, doubts, everything, and then get to the close and then speed up and lose the deal. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join my email publication. Go to this URL, type it into a browser, drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel. It means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. You get emails from me. And occasionally I try to sell you stuff. Be aware that there are danger zones in your sales presentation, and one of them is in the closing. You absolutely positively start speeding up. You absolutely positively try to get to the close of the sale. Now, there is one type of problem that you could have too. You're like, Scott, you painted one end of the rainbow. Fantastic, brah, right? In honor of the North Shore. What's the other one? Well, that's when you slow down way too much and you never get to the close. That's when you dance around and talk about SpaghettiOs and talk about cats and talk about houses on the beach and there's palm trees in front of me. Talk about palm trees. The waves are good. There's people surfing. You talk about the surf, but you know what you never get to? You never get to the close. You never get to the money. And then you're like, all right, well, I'll email you a bid. I'll email you a proposal. You just wasted 30, 45, an hour, minutes of your life, hour of your life, 2 hours of your life, 3 hours of your time. The best salespeople have an agenda. They stick to it. They use a process. They typically take roughly the same amount of time. They're in and out in whatever time period that they use. And they're like, peace out, Girl Scout. I'm done. And they know, hey, listen, either that was a sell or that wasn't a sell. I stuck to my timetable. I stuck to everything that I needed to do. Be aware that there is timing involved in your conversations. Now, be aware too that sometimes you answer objections way too quickly instead of if I have to answer an objection, hands down, I'm better off taking more time than speeding up, right? If I have to take 4 minutes to understand and overcome or work through an objection, it's better than me trying to overcome it, work through it in 3 seconds, right? I'm there. I'm with the people. Have the conversation. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.